And we're back with part 5, right, MJ?
Mm.
You've been here for 7.5 hours.
Panic Pagoda.
Propaganda.
Pagoda.
What do you think of Robot Chicken?
They're pretty funny.
What do you watch Nostalgia Critic?
Style Kid 999999. Do you watch the Nostalgia Critic? I don't know what that is.
I think I've seen some of his videos. FWTB1. Shawn and MG, how many movies do you watch in one day? Like, the most I've ever watched in one day was maybe, like, 4, maybe? Like, the thing is, since when we're working and stuff, a lot of times we don't have time to do that.
I mean, I think I've probably watched, like, at least somewhere between 10 to 15 movies in one day. Years ago. Not now, because I'm so busy now, but I mean, like, years ago.
If you watched them one after another, you could.
Yeah, I used to watch...
Take the whole day, like 24 hours, maybe.
Yeah, those, like, back in the day.
But, like, nowadays, maybe 3 or 4.
Well, if you consider a movie, some movies are only an hour and 30 minutes, and you watch one right after the other, you could watch easily, like, 10... Like, you could watch 20 movies in one day if you want.
Yeah.
Maybe, well, I don't know about
not that many.
Not
maybe
20,
10.
15 maybe.
The thing is, like, nowadays, though, we don't have the time, and, like, we try... Some days I don't even watch anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
CD Buzz.
Z3J1.
Shawn M.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I thought that was one we already read.
What's your favorite episode of My Brother and Me? This is CDUBBZZZ.
Yeah.
Favorite episode of My Brother and Me. Also, would you guys consider doing a spoof on that? That'd be hilarious.
They only did, like, what, 8 episodes of that?
And they
5?
reran them again and again. I
actually liked that show. My favorite episode, that's hard to say.
I always
That's
liked
another
the
one
when he, like, the one guy, like, put all that money in the coin machine and all started spitting out. Remember that?
Yeah, that was funny.
And that woman's like, don't touch it, and I get mad.
That woman was a real penny pincher. Another where he got the cool Dr. Money haircut, and they had all the dollar signs in his hair.
Yeah.
He spelled his name wrong. Another where Goo he got hit in the head with a basketball, and he got, like...
And we do in reenactment, but I don't think enough people know it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's... Plus, like... Well, it could be funny us playing kids, but, like... I mean...
I don't think we could pull it off.
I don't think we'd be able to pull it off too well. Plus, I don't know who we could get to play. You'd need more people for that. Z3J1 again.
Both of you. What animal would you like to be and why?
One would be an echidna. Another would be... Well, they're cool. They're like anteaters, or moles, but they're different. It's like a cross between an anteater and a hedgehog. Another would be like a mongoose, because they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I know.
They're like a little one of two.
I know what you're saying.
No, not a mongoose. What am I saying? Platypus.
Oh, okay.
Because they're half duck, half beaver, you know. Are you going to answer this all, or are you just going to go, okay, I feel you, that's cool. Are you just going to do that the whole time?
No, I don't know.
All right. You could pick one
I don't know what animal I'd be. I really don't. I never thought about that.
If you could pick one superpower, what would it be and why?
X-ray vision.
Oh, come on. Out of all the cool powers you could have, you'd have that? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
You see everybody's boxer shorts.
That's true. Actually, you could see everybody nude if you wanted. That's true, but I think the main one I've always wanted was to fly.
I think sticky palms.
Yeah, well, let's fly. After that, it'd be like super speed. I'm talking like to be able to move like Mach 100 instantly.
Pocahontas?
Mach 100.
Pocahontas?
No! You know how Mach 3 is the speed of a... Actually, no, I think it's either Mach 3 or Mach 5. Mach 5 is a speeding bullet.
Yeah.
You know, like there's Mach 1. Some humans, if you go in a car fast enough, you can reach Mach 1. Mach 5 is a speeding bullet. Like Mach 100, Mach 1, the number 100.
Pocahontas?
Forget, he's an idiot. All right.
If you could...
Mach 1, the number 100.
What's your favorite food?
We already kind of answered that earlier.
Thunderstruck 54-0.
540. By the way, that wasn't funny.
I know. MJ and Shawn, I wanted to say your videos are awesome.
Thank you.
Keep the great work. I want to know, what movie are you currently waiting to see? And what can we expect from you guys in the near future? Dennis. What?
No, that was funny.
What?
Dennis.
Dennis. Dennis, the menace. You're a menace. I don't want to see you. I don't want to know you.
Sorry, Mr. Wilson.
Get out of my way. What did you do for him?
That's not how you tie that right.
What did you do for him?
We might. Oh, by the way, we're probably going to do a reenactment of that too.
I know, but we need a fake fire.
We can make a real one.
When were you expecting to see? The Wild Things is what we were waiting for. We just saw that.
We saw that, and I was not disappointed at all. Another one was definitely Astro Boy, Toy Story 3, Ghostbusters 3. Ghostbusters 3 is one of the biggest ones.
Grabbed out.
There's like a few. I'm interested to see. I heard they're doing a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's going to be live action, and they're going to have real people in suits, and they're not going to be CGI. I just hope this time they take it in a bit more of a serious direction, because
Serious what?
serious direction.
Oh, all right.
What did you think I said?
Nothing.
Oh, but see, the one and only thing in the older Ninja Turtles movies, I loved them to death. But the one thing that bothered
Those
me
cheap
is cheap
jokes.
Like when they're fighting, it's not really cool. Like it's kind of neat, but like when they punch, when they punch someone, you hear whoop, whoop, and there's noises, and for example, if like there's like a bucket of eggs and they fall on a bad guy's head and they kick him through a wall, so like he got egged in the eggs, exactly. If they do stupid stuff like that and go, oh, you know what I mean? Like that can really take its toll on you.
What can you expect to see us from the future? I guess every single film we've worked on, because like none of them are out yet.
Probably. That's the thing. All the ones we've done, none of them are even out yet. That's what I find funny.
The thing is, like, so when they start coming out, there's like dozens, like at least like 15 that are like that are not out to see.
The thing a lot of you should know about films. See, when you do a little YouTube video or a student film, it's one thing, but when you do like a real film,
it takes a while.
It takes a while to get distribution.
I know. Louis C. Hey guys, I really enjoyed your previous spoof on Clifford. Not the big red dog. Just wondering, have you got any similar projects in the future? If so, can you elaborate?
I think one we thought of doing was Back to the Future.
Yeah, we're gonna do more. It's all about like planning it and getting the costumes, and the thing is, you gotta buy a lot of stuff, so we have to like have money, plan to put a lot of money towards them. I briefly spoke to you on Facebook about your possible move to California. You said that if you do it, you will not be to at least a year. What I really want to know is why are you planning to move there? Also, what would affect your relationship with MJ? Will he come too? Hope so.
Probably. By then...
A lot of people, even your mother was like, why are you moving there? Everyone's like, the thing is, why not? You know what I mean? Like...
She just doesn't... Because, like, I'm not going to come over and visit her anymore if I move. That's why.
The thing is, like, I don't know, I like it there. That's what... If I'm going to move somewhere and go where I want to go, that's where I'd go.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, there's a lot of things here for films, and it's a tough decision,
Right. Alphanumeric SE. I hope I said that right. Does MJ hate me for sending him a second copy of Ghostbusters for PS2? No, I don't hate you for that. Thank you. See the thing, what if the other guy didn't send him one? Then you would have sent me the one. Plus, I appreciate the fact that both of you got it for me. And actually, a friend of mine was interested in it, and I gave him one of the copies. So, my one other friend I talked to you about. He's huge in the gaming industry and stuff. I gave him that copy. So, why would I hate you for that? I mean, if you said something stupid like, "Is MJ delusional?" It's like, why does MJ in that derby hat saying it's the wrong kind of a hat? MJ shoes.
But it is a derby hat.
Something stupid like, why does MJ think he's a badass? Some stupid like moronic, comment like that. But I mean, for sending me a second copy of something, I'm not going to hate you for that. It's okay.
I know. I just love how you go on about things.
You go on about stuff too.
Martin O. 007.
007. I think he wants us to say it as 007.
007. Yeah. Have you ever breakdanced before or thought of it? You did in the one music video.
I did like parties and not really parties. I did it like proms and formals and stuff.
And if so, why'd you decide to do it? And you're not into that stuff, huh? Takes a lot of practice, huh?
Or you're not into that stuff. Well, actually, I am. I was into dance for a while. I haven't done it lately, but
I know I've walked down on you fully nude, with Laura breakdancing.
Actually. Her and I haven't danced as much as you thought. So.
I mean, I've seen you breakdancing with everybody. Even Carlos, back when you were in with him, you were down there breakdancing with all these crazy moves.
He's trying to be funny. No, seriously though.
All right, I saw it though. I'm telling the truth. You can make
the only time he's ever seen me dance is on video, as in the videos we do. In case you're wondering, I'm being serious for a minute.
All right, whatever. I know what I've seen. What?
Who do you believe, me or him? Anyway,
I don't know.
he's just like, I know it. I know. See, I know it.
I know I have. I know I've seen it.
Anyway,
I know what I've seen, MJ. You can try and cover it up all you want.
I'm not covering anything up. The only time you've ever seen me dance was on video.
All right, whatever. I mean, I can't get those memories out of my mind. They exist. I have them.
They exist because you put them there.
Whatever. Have you ever played any fighting games like Mortal Kombat, Virtual Fighter, Tekken, Street Fighter, or something like that?
My favorite out of those.
I played the one called something like that. What?
That's a funny. The one I liked the most out of those was Mortal Kombat. Actually, one of my favorite fighting games is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. The first one's cool. My favorite team I think is Mega Man, Iceman, and the Hulk. Because actually, like the Hulk, Mega Man and the Hulk are like the two best characters in the whole game.
This is from ARN0LDAAR0N. Have either of you been arrested?
Nope.
Nope.
No reason to.
I remember one time though, when I was at the park as a kid. I was like about maybe 8 or 9, and I got those things that are poppers. You throw them, they go, make that noise.
Yeah.
Well, I was in the park, dicking around, throwing them, sitting on a bench because I had no friends then. I was just throwing them on the bench, okay? And this woman who was a jogger ran by, and after she was about 30 feet away, I threw one back on the bleachers. Remember those bleachers at the park?
Yeah.
And she called the police on me because she said I threw one at her.
Oh, God.
And I remember the policeman came by. He was like this. So, what are you doing here? And I'm I'm throwing these pop things. He's like, woman said you threw a firecracker at her. And I'm like, what? I said I have these little poppers. He's like, what do you have? And I brought him the box. He's like, oh, where do you live? And he was saying, where do you live? I said that. And then he's like, okay. Well, don't be doing that again. And he got real angry and drove off.
I had a few cases. Well, one, it was like at school and stuff. You know how at school they always had that cop? And he always had that dweebish face, remember? Well, anyway, some of those cops think they're so hot, such hot stuff. Well, anyway, what was dumb, he always smiled and said, he's like, just follow the rules. Well, I was having a bad day. It was just high school. The thing was, I think some cops are expecting that the students know they're cops. They know, they think not to mess with them. They're like, they're not going to mess with me because they know I'm a cop and they know they'll get in trouble. Usually. Because, the kids will fight each other, but they won't, dare to fight the cops or talk back to the cops. I never actually fought the cop, but I had a bad day. The principal and the cop, I was walking towards the front of the school. I had such a bad day. I said, I'm leaving. I left. I think I arranged for my mom to get me at the time. I think I was in, 9th or 10th grade at the time.
I remember that. You had a lot of problems with some of those principals.
I know. Notice them.
Remember that one
I'm going to come out. They were buttholes. What?
Remember that one time you were wearing that bandana or some kind of headband?
I think what it was my hair was growing in a weird way at the time. And I was trying to keep it out of my face. And no hair bands would work. So I had to try that. They said no hats. They're being weird. So
I remember you took it off because she kept on telling you to do it. Then she came back, had it on. She's like, MJ, didn't I tell you to take that off?
I know. I yelled at a lot of teachers. I was to the point. I'm normally nice, but when you screw with me too much, I will yell in your face.
Here's one. Remember that one time where there was that real buttish woman? You and me were in the hallway. We were in Mr. A's class. And remember?
Oh, her.
Remember the woman? She was a real butt. And remember she came, and we were out there, and we were like, remember Mr. A didn't care what we did. Because it was it was 11th grade or something.
It was 12th grade.
No, 12th grade.
Remember? And we were seniors. We were already 18.
Seniors.
We were already 18.
It was within the week or so before we were graduating. And he was just like, I don't care what you do, guys, just hang out.
Yeah, it's like we're done school. No one can tell us.
See, for some reason, he didn't care if we were in the halls. He was like, oh, walk around.
He was cool. He
was cool. So he didn't care what we did. So we were just hanging around outside, like he said was fine to do. We used to always talk outside. Remember, we used to always do that. And one time,
sometimes we sat in the halls on chairs, but one time.
Remember, one time this gnome guy came out too. Remember that gnome teacher? He's like,
he just made faces at us.
We used to look out like this, and then go back in his room.
Yeah.
But this one walked by and she's like, "What are you guys doing?" I was like, "Yeah, hall pass." And we're like, no, Mr. A said we're allowed to be out there. She's like, I highly doubt that. Remember how mad she was getting? And then
she said something, and I spoke back to her in this real, stinging way.
Yeah, right, whatever. And she's like, what did you say?
I'm like, and then I'm like, I know you heard me. I said it real loud. I'm like, I know you heard me. I said it real loud and looked her right in the face. You should have seen the look she gave me. And I'm like, that's right. I was ready to go now. F off and leave us alone.
And then remember Mr. A came out and was like, what's going on here? And then she's like, control your students or something. Get them back in class. Mr. A's like, come back inside. And right after he said come back inside, we went back outside again. He's like, whatever.
Yeah, he just said that to humor her.
I know.
Yeah, well, with the cop, there was a cop and the principal and a few students. I'm standing there. I think at the time, I don't know what I was doing. I was getting my stuff together before I went outside to wait. They're like, "Oh, shouldn't you be in class?" And then I said, "No, I'm leaving." And they're like, "Well, why is that?" And I said, "They said, are you sick? Is something wrong?" I'm like, "No, I'm having a terrible day." Like, well, every student has its ups and downs. It's all, there's peer pressure. And I even came out and said, look, I don't have any friends. Well, not really you, because you were cool. But I said, look, I don't really have any friends. No one's pressuring me into anything. So leave me alone. I mean, I'm not one of those, I was ready to say, I'm not one of those SHIT head students. All right? So leave me alone. So they said, if you don't have any real good reason to leave, then you should get back. And then the guy's like, son, I think you should get back. And I looked him right in the eye and said, I think you should leave me alone. And then he actually backed off. I'm not kidding. I was ready to actually fight him, too. And he gave me this look. He actually just backed off. And like, they looked at each other like, well, And then I'm like, no, I was doing this. I'm like, no, shut up. I'm not kidding. I said it. I'm like,
to the principal?
I said it to her. I looked her dead in the eye. I said, shut up. And I left. And guess what? I'm amazed. I was fully expecting the next day they'd call, they'd ask me in the office. They didn't. And apparently, I don't even think they were,
I don't think they knew your name.
Well, they knew it was me. They knew my name. Like, Miles.
The thing is, you were the tallest dude in the school.
Yeah, they knew who I was. She's like, Miles, now, you should. And I'm not kidding. I just told him, leave me alone. And what's funny was the cop never bothered me again. So,
wow.
It was weird.
This is Boxing Advocate. Who's your favorite boxer?
Rocky Balboa.
Now, what about the,
He's talking about real boxers, though. So I think
the one who was in
Sylvester Stallone could still kick ass in real life, though.
The one who was in, The Hangover. Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson, he's pretty good, yeah.
What about George Foreman now?
George Foreman
pushes the grills.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
My lean green fat grilling machine.
Yeah.
To both of you, this is from Isaac.
All right, I
lose
it again.
To both of you, who is your favorite superhero? I know there's been similar questions.
Well, honestly, when you narrow it down, I've said I have two. My all-time favorite, my Marvel hero is the Hulk, because honestly he's the best one, and my all-time favorite DC hero is the Flash, because nobody can beat him.
And what's your favorite restaurants, and why do you like them and dislike them? Favorite and least favorite restaurants.
Least one of his favorite.
We talked about that in one of the other ones, but yeah. I guess like.
Well, we have a lot of new fans now, so like we said earlier, we'll start anew and just answer all the questions.
Kobe Steakhouse. Remember we had a bad time the first time. The second time was really good.
Yeah, it's an on and off kind of thing. It
the
really
thing
is
though,
a good
the
place.
rice is the best.
Yeah.
The fried rice.
That's the place to go for rice. A lot of places can really screw up rice, but that's a good one.
If only you could just order a gigantic order of fried rice.
See, Bamboo House is not the place to go for rice. Oh. They suck. That's another least favorite. Their sushi's okay. Another is P.F. Chang's. Ugh.
I don't like that. I've had bad times there.
Honestly, if only it was not as crowded and wasn't as expensive, my all-time favorites would be Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, that is good. It is expensive, though. Like, the cheesecake themselves are like $8, $9. Just like...
Some of the food, the food is flawless and amazing, but if only it wasn't as crowded and wasn't as expensive, I'd go there all the time.
I know. What is your favorite, from Z3J1, favorite robot movie?
Ooh, that's a good question. Give me a minute. Robot movie. I have a few. I don't know if you consider Flight of the Navigator, because that's more like a ship, but it was the robot in the ship.
I like Heartbeeps.
Heartbeeps. That wasn't actually a favorite for me.
Fine.
Robot movie. Transformers. Yeah, well, they're not really formally robots, because they're technically cybernetic organisms from another galaxy.
What?
Shut up. And the way they explain it is actually, humans got their technology from studying Megatron, so technically they're like original, like robots are like...
What?
Shut up!
Oh, alright.
Robots are like, are inanimate machines that humans made that we program. The Transformers are, but technically they're considered robots, so I'd say Transformers. What about you? Why do you act in that way?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm so confused here.
This is from Ross Bistro. I don't like Transformers. Have you seen Ed Wood?
What do you mean you don't like Transformers?
I just don't care for them.
Okay, what does mean they're bad?
Have you seen Ed Wood? I did. I liked it a lot.
Oh, you mean Tim Burton's? Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. What do you think of the new movie Precious? I don't know that. Do you guys watch Nostalgia Critic or The Irate Gamer? No, we watch the Angry Video Game Nerd though.
He's
most
cool.
of the time. Deadly Glitch for MJ. What is the square root of 676?
No using calculator? Fat chance.
For Shawn to be or not to be.
It's not 12. I think it's somewhere in the teens. Or maybe
To be or not to be.
676.
I guess to be.
It depends. Well, that's the question. It depends on what the subject is.
Do you like mud
Mud
kips?
kips. I don't know what that
What
is.
that is. Well, what?
676. I know it's somewhere in the teens to the 20s. I think is what it is.
What about Bob?
Maybe or no.
What about Bob? Shawn, I just saw Witcher Massacre yesterday and loved it. Why do you like it so much? I just love it, don't you? I don't know why. I just always liked it. MJ, I really think you're a good character impersonator.
Thank you.
And good at monologues. Why are you so reserved or uptight in the out of the town videos?
If he means around the
You
town.
seem to get us so offended.
Before anyone even says anything offensive. Well, for one thing, it's a character. Like honestly,
What is that?
nothing. For one thing, it's a character. You're not supposed to pay any mind to it. See, like it's a character, because, we figured there'd be a better, more interesting, and there'd be more conflict in the videos if one of us acts positive and one of us acts negative. We just thought it was funnier that way.
What is that?
It's a phone.
But I thought you didn't have a phone anymore. You had a
It's a
problem.
phone. Yeah, I have a different one now.
Oh. All right, never mind. I'm just
This is
wondering.
not the time or the place to talk
I'm
about.
just wondering.
This is not the time or the place
I
to
know
talk
where
about this, you fool.
Where that came from? Never mind. MJ, and then.
Jeez, I'm always gonna have a phone with me. What are you
All
talking about?
right. Well, we'll see you in the next part. Part 6.